is the quarterback, and he completes his pass. First attempt to Eric Ehrenberg for 3rd down and 4. Middle Township crosses midfield. They're in enemy territory at the 48. Shotgun formation. Look at this. Every single guy looking at their wristband. Even the lineman looking down at the wristband. Durso in a shotgun. The man in the backfield. He spins and hands off to a wingback who gets near first down yardage. Zaire Land was a freshman. Officials timeout. They're going to measure this. They have 4th down on the sticks across. Let's set the scene for you here. Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer on 97.3 ESPN FM, and you can watch the live video at 97.3ESPN.com. Matt Omer from Omer's Appliance Service in Ocean City has that video streaming, so you can see what we see, which is a Middle Township. Scores from all over the area tonight, including the big one up in Absegami, where the Holy Spirit's taking on St. Joe. Here it's Middle and Absegami, a chance to feature the Panthers. Durso hands off to McNeil. McNeil to the outside, still on his feet across the 35-yard line, and it picks up near first down yardage. It'll be 2nd down for Middle, 2nd, and it looks like about 1. Durso, Yamir McNeil is the setback, split setback in the backfield. Durso, the quarterback, in a shotgun. And he hands to McNeil. McNeil to the near side. First down yardage at the 30-yard line. And he's still on his feet across the 25. That's McNeil running hard. Yamir McNeil, one of the captains of this team. He's a 5'8", 185-pound junior.
25, 1st and 10, Middle Township.
They're doing a good job up front. That Middle Township offensive line. We'll give them a mention in a moment. Durso and a man move. A man move that looked like the tight end on the play, James Smith. Did not know the snap count. Well, last night in the Eagles game, the official said everybody but the center. Everybody stayed still but Smith. So far, Absegami's defense on their heels here.
You like the play calling so far from Middle?
I think Middle's doing a great job of hurrying up the offense and running at Absegami before they actually get a chance to change any of their defense at all.
This is a frustrating offense. It looks like they're slow, but they run everything out of a no huddle here. Durso in a shotgun. He spins, gives to McNeil. McNeil to the near side, crosses the 30, at the 25, and he goes down at about the 23-yard line. Now the quarterback has a lot of, he almost reverses spins and then hands it to the guy standing right next to him.
Right. It looked a little unusual because he did a reverse spin and then handed it to the guy right next to him who ran away from the spin. So I guess maybe that fooled Absegami too. 2nd
down and 10 after the penalty. They get back to the line of scrimmage. Under 8 minutes to play in the first half. Durso in a shotgun, McNeil to his right. 2 wides, receiver in the slot, and a wing back for Middle Township. So a lot of options here on 2nd and 10. Ball at the 24. Durso spins, he hands to McNeil, got a big hole off the right guard, and then quickly that hole closed. Coming up to make the hit is the safety Ahmed for Absegami.
And again, Absegami's running in something like a 4-man line. Sometimes they walk up their linebackers to fill the holes, but Middle Township seems to be picking the right spot. It's 3rd, and this is 4-down territory.
2 of their captains are on the line. Donovan Howard and Nick Rinesmith are the guard and tackles on the right side. That's where Middle will like to run behind. On 3rd down and 7, ball at the 21. Durso in shotgun with under 7 minutes to play. So it's taken about a minute per play here for Middle Township. McNeil to the right, 2 wide receivers. Durso rolls out to the right side. He's going to keep it. No, now he's going to throw, and it's nearly picked up, broken up in the secondary.
Yeah, I can't. The numbers when they turn away are very hard to read. It looks like number 1 for Absegami Wilkinson, who broke the play up. And so many times they get that inside position, and that's what Middle had, but Wilkinson made a nice play coming over the top to knock it away. 4th down.
And 4th down in Middle Township on 4th and 7 is going to call a timeout. With the score, Middle Township nothing, Absegami nothing. This is high school football on 97.3 ESPN FM. It's presented to you tonight by the Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week. It's produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Connect with Brian Brumell at the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. Harbor Pines Golf Club, Egg Harbor Township Championship Golf, extraordinary course conditions and membership options for every type of golfer. Go to harborpines.com. And the Bellevue Tavern. We were there last night at Main Street, Cape May Courthouse, right down the road here. It's great food, great times at the Bellevue. Enjoy all the games along with their signature burgers, colossal salads, or great local seafood. Visit at BellevueTavern.com. So what are you going with, a burger, a colossal salad, or a great seafood dinner?
Maybe a little wall. Absegami hasn't changed. They're staying in that 4-man line. They're kind of stacking their linebackers, hoping to be able to find a hole before the back does.
4th and 7 for the Panthers. Durso fakes a handoff to the near side. He's pressured. 3 men in his face, and he's rolling out to the far side. Changes direction. He's got a man in the back of the end zone, but his throw comes up short, and the ball will get turned over on downs, intended for Eric Arnberg, but well short. He was really pressured there.
He had 4 guys chasing him around in the backfield. There was an illustration of a broken play, and the receivers have to learn to turn and come back to the quarterback. That was a very difficult throw for the quarterback to make in that situation.
He literally came to almost the Panther sideline, then rolled all the way back to about the Braves sideline. We'll see Absegami with the football. They fumbled on their first possession. Now they have the ball at their own 21.
And Absegami had a great running attack led by Hood.
Yeah, Mike Dolan is the quarterback. Now, he played quarterback a lot last year, but you might not remember that because Kinlaw was supposed to be the quarterback, who's now at Notre Dame. Dolan hands right up the middle, and they get decent yardage on 1st down, crossing the 25-yard line, so a pickup of about 5 on the play.
And Absegami will show you a lot of the same things that Middle Township just showed you. They'll spread it out and have the backs look for that hole. And they got some good backs to look for those holes. Not only do they have Hood, but Nelson and Hubbard, some real nice running backs.
Hood, the senior, and the fullback is Will Sands. 2nd and 5. And the ball's on the ground. Dolan is going to go down as Middle is right there. The ball hit the ground, and James Versage came busting through there as that ball hit the turf, and he and a couple Panthers credit it with the sack.
But a terrible snap. It was up high. It was very difficult for the quarterback to handle. But Versage is an excellent linebacker for Middle Township.
Middle came to play tonight, Dave. Their defense is there. Jumping onto the field for Middle Township is Jacob Shelton, running from the sideline. 5.5 minutes to play. Dolan on 3rd down and 15. Ball at their own 15-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2 wides. Dolan back to throw. Fires to the far sideline. A long throw, and it's complete to Hood, who caught it about the 27-yard line, but it's going to be short of a 1st down. Are you surprised, Jim, how far he threw that ball?
A dangerous pass. You know, it was an out pass. It's one that they judged NFL quarterbacks on. The fact that they have to be able to fire that out there.
He was on the left hash mark and threw it all the way to the Panther sideline. So the length of the field, he had to come all the way across. 4th down and 5 at their own 26-yard line for Middle. For Absegami. Middle sends a pair of guys back to receive the punt. Colin Cooper and McNeil on to punt for Absegami is Christian Henchy, and Henchy gets off a low spinner that bounces short of the 50, then rolls across the 50-yard line and out of bounds, and Middle Township will get the football back with good field position here with 4:23 left to play in the 1st quarter.
not a very good punt, really, as you described it, Mike. It kind of was spinning from side to side and got a little bit of a bounce, but Middle Township will have great field position on their own, on Absegami's 40, they're 46.
The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN. Connect with Brian Brumell and the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. 1st and 10, ball at the 46. 4 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first half. Middle with the football, and it looks like they've got somewhat of a, as McNeil takes it forward, the snap right back to the running back there. The Wildcat formation is what we're looking for. The Wildcat's so out of style, I couldn't remember the name.
Yeah, that's kind of been discarded now that they're all using some type of shotgun, the pistol, the hurry up, all of them. Now they don't really run a whole lot of the Wildcat anymore, but that time it was a direct snap to McNeil, and he did get a couple.
Durso back at quarterback, McNeil to his left. He's got a receiver split to the far side of the field. Double wing formation. Durso on a pitch to McNeil. McNeil to about the 50. He crosses midfield. He fumbled the football. It's on the ground. It looks like Absegami has it. And we'll see if they do, in fact, have it. And they do. It's Abdullah Anderson, the defensive end, who comes down the field and recovers that fumble. So Absegami gets it right back.
Starting to look a little bit like the Philadelphia Eagles play, with turning the ball over and turning the ball over. Now Absegami will get its chance with decent field position. 1st
and 10, ball at the 47, and Absegami now has it near midfield. 3 minutes and 34 seconds left to play in our first quarter here on 97.3 ESPN FM. Over on our sister station 1450, it's Atlantic City and Egg Harbor Township will have scores throughout the night from all the games in the area. Dolan in a shotgun. He hands it off. Hood coming to the near side, and he's hit immediately. And he gets up to about the line of scrimmage, but not much going there. Got a score on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Coach, and Spirit is on the board, 6-0 after a fumble return for a touchdown. The Spartans lead St. Joe's 6-0.
That tackle was by Smith, and he just stood him up right there after a 2-yard gain. That's not easy to do with good running.
Dolan in shotgun. He's got 3 wide receivers. Hood in the backfield. Dolan, pressure, rolls, fires, dumps off, crosses midfield, and out to about the 45-yard line. They get it to Christian Henchy, the tight end.
That was a good choice by Dolan, who was looking downfield, didn't have anybody. As Mike pointed out, just dropped it off to a safety valve on first down out of it.
3 wide receivers for Dolan. He's got Brandon Williams to the near side. Slot formation to the far side. Dolan hands it to Hood, and Hood takes it off left guard, and he picks up about 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and about 6 for Absegami. Coming up on 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Hood now lines up as a wingback on the far side. 4 wide receivers. Split to the near side is Brandon Williams. Sends a man in motion, and they hand it a motion man who goes to the far side. He cuts upfield and falls short of a first down. Vinny Nelson, the sophomore, took the handoff and gets down to right around the 37-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for Gami.
And if he hadn't slipped, he had some room to run on that play.
Now Dolan in a shotgun with 3 wide receivers and Hood in the backfield. Fakes to Hood, back to throw, fires down the sideline, and it is intercepted. No, it's broken up in the hands of Eric Arnberg, and it almost looks like, Coach, his own man almost knocked that out of his hand.
Well, there really were. It was a poor choice by Dolan, but there were 3 defenders around him, so just a matter of which Middle Township player was going to get the ball as it ends up. None of them.
So Ehrenberg breaks it up, and it's now 4th down and 2, which should be 4th. Was there a flag on that play? I couldn't tell you. There was a flag, and it looks like an illegal man down the field. On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Millville has already scored twice. They're up on Mainland 14-0, and there is a man down and the trainers are out on the field. So with 1 minute and 37 seconds left here, nifty, shifty running.
Well, like I said, you probably shouldn't have taken that penalty. But that was great running by Hood. He had that opening block on the line of scrimmage, then just used everyone on the field to take it all the way down, and actually looked like he was going to take it in, but he stumbled there, fell down about the 5-yard line.
First and goal, ball in the 6. Shotgun formation for Dolan. Dolan hands to Hood. Hood is stood up and he falls forward and breaks a tackle and into the end zone for a Braves touchdown. David Hood goes 6 yards through a pile of Panthers for the score. And Absegami leads it now 6-0 to start our ball game here, to start the scoring off in Courthouse. Will Sands.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. Will Sands did make the extra points.
He missed it.
Oh, it was wide? I guess it was. 6-0 now. Absegami ahead with just 1:04 left to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, he missed the extra point, so Sands doesn't connect. David Hood, one of the premier players in this league, showed you why on that drive.
He has already accepted a full ride to Temple.
And he boots one, and it looks like Bland's going to take it about his 10-yard line. Crosses out to about the 20, and he falls forward right around the 21-yard line, and that's where Middle Township will have the ball with 55 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
And Middle Township comes out, does very little huddling on either team. They virtually run to the line of scrimmage and look at their waistbands to see what number is being flashed in, and then that's the play.
First and 10 at the 26. Durso in a shotgun, McNeil to his left. And he spins and gives to McNeil. McNeil off guard, and there's some flags flying as he is busted back at about the 30-yard line, so a pickup of about 4. We'll see what the flags are for.
Looks like illegal procedure against Middle Township, but I'll tell you, we already know that Hood is a great running back. But this McNeil, you better tackle him, or he's not going to go down.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Holy Spirit now 12-0 over St. Joe's. It's an interception return for a touchdown. Una 7, Ocean City 7. So a couple of scores on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. "35 seconds. What a beautiful sunset there tonight. It's almost picturesque out here.
It is a great football.
It really is. Durso in the shotgun with 2 wides to the near side. McNeil in the backfield. Durso rolls to the near side. Now he fires to the sideline. It's complete, but hit immediately as he caught the football was James Versage, and down he goes, and that'll probably be the final play of the first quarter. With the score, the Absegami Braves 6 and the Middle Township Panthers nothing. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 90 Electric 345-0151 or go to CalbyElectric.com.
I have to mention this. I used to always say it back in the day of Ed Burns when he used to wear his yellow shorts to every single game. Well, here, the coach of Middle Township is Franklin Nicotano, and you can pick him out easily because he has orange pants.
I like those pants. By the way, I got some scores on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard as Durso takes the snap, rolls to the near side. Now he's going to keep it, and he goes down quickly. A nice play right there by, it looks like, Pete Carnival.
And Absegami did a great job. They're trying to run a little bit of the option play, but he never really turned it up, and Absegami just stretched it out, and finally he had to turn it up and went for no gain.
3rd and 14 now on the 22. On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, the Prep leads Lower 39-0 at the half.
Well, Lower KMA was looking at a year where they had very few players and were considering forfeiting.
Speaking of few players, Wildwood is leading Riverside 14-8.
Good for Wildwood.
And Toms River South is beating Southern 7-0. Here it's 0-0 on 3rd and 14. Durso chased around. He's going to throw. He's got him in, and it is just overthrown the outstretched arms of Eric Arnberg.
But you know, that was a great job by Durso. He was first rolling to his right, had great pursuit after him, then spun back to his left where he was able to pick up some blockers and really could have ran the ball maybe for a first down, but he did have a receiver out there, and that was Nelson, who was maybe 3 or 4 steps behind the defender. A tough throw when you're running to your left for a right-hand quarterback.
So Ehrenberg, I should say, is the gentleman's name. Outstretched, he had him beat. Durso put some air under that thing, but Middle's going to have to punt. 4th down and 14, ball in the 22. Colin Cooper is back deep to punt. And it's a low snap. He does field it. It's a high end-over-end punt. The ball's going to bounce on the 45, then it crosses the 50, rolls all the way back to about the 46-yard line. And that is where Absegami will get the ball back.
He's been very fortunate. His punts don't look very good, but he has been able to get a little bit of roll. And Absegami will have the ball again in pretty good field position.
1st and 10 for Absegami. Their offense is seeming to be picking up here as they get the ball more and more.
Yes, it is, and just the opposite is happening to Middle Township.
Middle had a nice first drive, and they have not moved the ball well since. Dolan in shotgun, Hood in a slot to the near side. With a man in motion, Hood. They fake it to Hood, and Dolan's going to keep it himself. He breaks a tackle, gets to midfield, crosses midfield, and ends up getting pretty good yardage on the play. Pick up of about 5.
Yeah, he actually would have been thrown for a loss, except for the fact that I think it's David missed that tackle.
2nd and 5 in enemy territory. Dolan sends it to Hood. Hood stutter steps, cuts it back, gets a first down, and he's up around the 40-yard line.
Again, great running by Hood as he ran to his right, looked a little bit like Sean McCoy, as he then stopped and stutter stepped back to his left to make that first down.
1st and 10 for Absegami. They're on the move with 10 minutes to play in the first half. Dolan. They look over to the sideline to get the plays. This is the new those days of huddling up and clapping to get back out of the huddle are over. Why weren't you innovative enough to come up with this offense?
I didn't have enough brains.
Hood goes straight up the middle, crosses the 40-yard line, and gets up to around the 35-yard line. Can you imagine, seriously, back in the day when you were coaching, if people were coming out with an offense like this?
Yeah. Talk about being innovative, but some people feel the same way about Kelly right now in the pros, that he is ahead of the game right now as far as innovation.
Didn't work last time.
It did not work.
2nd and 5, ball at the 38. Dolan in a shotgun with 3 wide receivers. Hood in the slot. Hood in the backfield. They hand it to Hood, and he fumbled the football. Middle late to jump on it. I think Absegami got it back.
And I think that was a case of not knowing whether he was going to give it to Hood or keep it himself. He tried to pull it back, and that's what caused the fumble.
Under 9 minutes to play now. And it's going to be 3rd down. 3rd and 5. The ball got fumbled, but it was in the backfield, so it didn't go very far. Williams to the near side. Receiver to the far side. 2 running backs lined up behind each other in the backfield, and a quarterback in a shotgun. So an interesting formation here. They hand it right up the middle to Hood, who bounces to the outside. He gets a first down. Now he's got the sideline, and he gets more, and a fumble. There's a fumble on the play, and it looks like Middle Township could have it. We'll get you the call in just a moment. There's a scrum on the ground, but the initial indication, it looked like Middle jumped on it first, but there has been no indication, and it is Middle Township football.
Yeah, it's the 2nd time that Hood has fumbled this ball. He's going to have to learn to tuck it away, get high and tight, as they say.
That's right. Hey, Bryce Brown breaks off big runs, but a lot of times they end in a fumble. It doesn't help you out. We knew that there might be more marquee matchups, but we had a feeling that might be a lopsided matchup. Here, it looks like we've got a really good one brewing, 6-0. Middle Township, who doesn't get featured all that much, Jim. But
No,
there's
they
some
really don't.
Some talent down in this area, and Frank Rigatano got them to 6 wins last year. They think this team could be better.
And that was the first time they made the playoff in about 6 or 7 years.
Durso at quarterback. Sends a man in motion. They hand it to the motion man to the near side. He tries to sidestep a tackle, but boy, James Smith got blasted.
And right now, Absegami operating out of that 4-4 is blitzing linebackers like crazy and taking away all the possible holes for the running back.
Live video streaming on our website, 973ESPN.com, thanks to Matt Ulmer from Ulmer's Appliance Service in Ocean City. You can watch the HD video of this game to see these two teams who so far are pretty evenly matched. 6-0, Absegami leads it here with under 7 minutes to play. Durso, shotgun, fires, complete, and not much going there. This is really, they're just trying to complete passes in one-on-one space, but give some credit to the tackling as Ehrenberg caught the pass for Middle Township.
You know, though, Mike, there are those little bubble passes that they throw out, but he's getting absolutely no blocking, and as you pointed out, he virtually has to make it on his own out there, and Absegami's doing a good job containing.
3rd and 10. Versailles popping into tight end. Now they bounce Ehrenberg out to the near side with one wide receiver split to the near side. Durso in a shotgun. Back to throw. Going to keep it now. And there's nowhere to go. He tried to follow a blocker, but there wasn't much going for him. And again, boy, a really good job with the left end there. Absegami really active on the front. That's Brandon Williams who gets the tackle.
Yeah, they tried a little fake counter play to get the flow of the defense going in the other direction, but Absegami would have none of it.
Back to punt is Colin Cooper. And standing back deep to return the punt here for Absegami. They got a couple of guys back deep. And it is right around the 50-yard line. The ball's going to bounce right on the 50. And it looked like it hit an Absegami player. And Middle Township might be on this. We'll see. That might have hit.
You know what it looked like to me, though? It looked like it hit the Middle Township player first.
Okay.
Which is then a first touching and wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, John Seawright was the brave and standing there. I don't think he knew the ball bounced on the ground. The return man was Austin Shiner.
Absegami, once again, with great field position. They need to take advantage of this if they want to win this ball game.
1st and 10 for Gami. Ball on the 46-yard line. 48-yard line, I should say. They had the ball on the move. And it looked like a middle player move. Can't miss him.
But was there timeout before he moved?
Luis Rodriguez is 5'11", 285 pounds.
Yeah, he takes up some room in the middle.
If he's going to move, that's going to be a problem.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Absegami Braves, and they're now in Middle Township territory on the 47-yard line.
1st and 5. Dolan sends a man in motion. And they fake it to the motion man. They hand it to Hood. What a great play. Great play, stepping in there. James Versailles and James Smith, the two linebackers, gave Hood nowhere to go.
Yeah, it looked good at the beginning with a nice fake to one halfback and giving to Hood coming back against the grain. But nobody faked out Middle Township.
2nd and 5.
Come on, guys. Lights up. Come on.
Ball at the 47. Coming up on 5 minutes to play in the first half. We'll have halftime show live here from Middle Township tonight with Tyler Donahue. A man in motion. Dolan fakes it to the motion man. He steps. He fires. He is... Oh, nearly intercepted. It looked like Alex Ternick jumped too early, though.
Yeah, it sure did. He actually had great field position and got a little anxious when he jumped in the air for that ball, or else it would have been an easy interception.
Underthrown by Dolan. It's now 3rd down and 5 for Absegami. Ball at the 47. 5:27 left to play in the half. And Absegami went for a big one there. Dolan back to throw. There's a pressure to screen. They get to Hood with a lot of running room. Hood bolts through with a block to the end zone. Touchdown, Absegami, 47 yards. Just like that, they find a breakdown in the middle defense. That was a well-designed and well-executed screen.
And a great call. Middle Township was really coming hard, and the lineman did a great job of just letting him through the little lob past the Hood. And I mean, there were 10 white jerseys leading the way into the end zone for 47 yards.
Yeah, 47 yards on the pass.
I'm a little surprised they're not going for 2.
They missed the last extra point, so this time they'll try to make it a 13-point lead. Will Sands, snap, kick, it's low, it's blocked, and that's our score. With 5:14 left to play in the first half, the score, Absegami 12, Middle Township nothing, high school football.
You know, they really went for the throat with that long pass, and again, it was well covered.
So Gami will kick it, and Colin Cooper and Zaire Bland are back deep to receive, standing around their own 15-yard line. The kick is low, it bounces, Bland can't get it, it rolls back to the 10-yard line, now he goes and retrieves it, circles himself, now he's in trouble, and he goes back into the end zone. Did he get out of the end zone? He is just short of the end zone. Absegami's putting up a safety signal, they think they got him.
No, but the official is what counts, and he never raised those arms up over his head. But boy, I'll tell you, as a coach, you always tell that receiver back there, don't run east and west, run north and south. And he obviously was trying to make something happen, but he kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper.
He picked it up at about the 10 and ballooned all the way back. The ball is at the 1. 1st and 10, ball on the 1. With 5:03 left to play, 99 yards of green in front of Durso, the quarterback for Middle Township. Joe Durso, a captain, he's a junior.
And boy, Absegami has got 8 men in the box right now.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, St. Joe gets a Cody Sampson 4-yard run and spirits up 12-6 with 10 minutes left to go in the half over there. Durso hands up to McNeil up the middle. Man, he's just trying to get some space, and he barely could do that.
He had to really struggle to get out of the end zone. I mean, I don't think he gained an inch. He may have lost half a yard on that play.
If he lost a half a yard, it'd be a safety, so they must have given him the inch. Tyler Donahue has the halftime show coming up live from Middle Township in 4 minutes and 37 seconds. He's got scores from around the league and comments on this one. Don't forget, Thursday Night Live next week originates from Anata Wine Bar. As Durso's pass falls incomplete, he tries a slant to Cooper, and it's low. Cooper tried to go down and get it, unable to do so.
That's a pass he's got to catch, though. That would really have bailed him out, and maybe even given him the first down on that.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Bridgeton 12, Cedar Creek nothing, Pleasantville 7, Vineland nothing.
Wow.
Atlantic City 6, Egg Harbor Township nothing, and Millville's all over mainland 21-0. Yeah, Pleasantville is on a 34-game losing streak, is it? 33-game losing streak. And it looks like Middle Township wants a timeout. So Middle Township with 4:22 left, coach, calls a timeout. They're 3rd down and 10, ball on their own 1-yard line. The game is starting to slip away from them a little bit here.
And I'd like to know what coach has a play in this situation. It's 3rd and 10 from inside your 1-yard line, and Absegami is really crowding that line of scrimmage. I don't think he has any choice but to try some type of a pop pass or something like that.
We'll see what they come up with. But while you're thinking about that, how about Vic's Sub Shot, 742 Ohio Avenue in Absecon, offers great quality and friendly service with all the sandwiches available for pickup or delivery. Call 645-0500. Vic's is open 7 days a week until 8 on weekend nights and 9:30 on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. You can also visit Vic's Sub Shop on Zion Road in EHD. Be sure to try Vic's Special, a sub piled high with their special assortment of fresh meats and cheeses. Vic's Sub Shop, Ohio Avenue in Absecon. Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer live on 97.3 ESPN FM on high school football night. Tyler Donahue has the halftime in about 4 minutes from now, live here from Middle Township, and he's just going to quick kick it out of the end zone. Durso punts it. It bounces at the 35, rolls to across the 40. Do you like that play?
I love that play. I think it's a great idea. You've got troubles back there. You're lucky to come out of there without a safety and have to punt it anyhow. It gets them some breathing room, and remember, we only have, 4 minutes left in the half?
4:10, says the big scoreboard here at Memorial Field. It's a nice, beautiful facility.
And well kept.
They can get a big W against an American Conference opponent like Absegami. You can start to see some big crowds rolling out here. Good crowd on hand tonight. They hand it to the man in motion who is ripped down, back at the 50, a 7-yard loss as Dolan handed it to Vinny Nelson, the slot man, and a huge loss on the play. And again, James Persage is back there.
Yeah, he really, I thought he was almost offside. He blitzed from the linebacker spot and was in the backfield almost as quickly as they pitched the ball in.
Dolan on 2nd and 16. Low snap, the ball's on the ground, and Smith got him. And the ball's on the ground. James Smith saw the ball on the ground. Dolan picked it up, and then Smith brought him down, and then Dolan kind of rolled it forward. I don't know if they called that an incomplete pass or if he fumbled it. It looks like they're waving it incomplete, so it looks like they thought he got it out of his hand before he hit the ground. I'm not so sure.
I'm not either. From my vantage point, that definitely looked like a fumble. And again, they blitzed the linebacker on that side. It was perfect timing. It was a bad snap and fumble in the backfield. Absegami's calling timeouts and trying to get themselves together. But Frank Rigatano was beside himself with the fact that they called that an incomplete pass.
You ever dream about mountains of pot roast or meatloaf just like Mom used to make? Then take a bite out of Golden Corral's daily luncheon and dinner buffet and turn your dreams into a reality. Golden Corral is all your home-style favorites, from fried chicken, mashed potatoes, to fresh baked rolls, to the chocolate fountain. It flows all day. Plus, hand-carved steak is now part of their daily dinner buffet. Make your food dream come true at Golden Corral, Black Horse Pike, at the Shore Mall, which doesn't exist anymore.
Some of the stores are still there. Frank Rigatano was down on his knees saying he was down on his knees when that ball came out.
It looked like it,
yes,
didn't
it did.
I think
absolutely did.
I think he's got a point. 3:34 to play here. It's 3rd and 16. This is a big part of the game to him, so that could have moved them back a couple extra yards. Dolan in a shotgun, empty backfield, 3 receivers to the near side. He rolls to the near side, throwing, Dolan fires, complete, and right immediately as the ball was completed is Tyler Kelly making a stick of Brandon Williams. Williams caught that and then got a chance to smell Tyler Kelly's breath.
You know, that was a good play, though, on the part of Absegami. He rolled out, looked, and finally got a completion. It's 4th down, and I thought maybe they would go for it.
4th and 7.
Like
ball at the 40. Yep, it looks like they are, unless they quick kick it.
Watch him here, guys. Watch him.
Swinging his leg, acting as if he's ready to punt.
Oh, I guess they are going to punt.
Is Christian Henschy. And Henschy standing at about his 48-yard line. He gets it, no pressure, and he boots a spinner. Waving for a fair catch is Colin Cooper, and the ball looks like it might have been on the ground, but Cooper had a fair catch signal waved, and that's where Middle Township will start.
I don't know. Maybe they're satisfied to go into the half down 12-0 and get their act together, because they haven't been very fortunate in running the ball of late.
Middle Township will start with the ball on their own 15-yard line. So again, they've got poor field position. They have not had good field position since the opening drive. They send a man in motion. They fake it. Now they give it to the inside to Bland, and he tries to get upfield, and there is just no place to go. Absegami's defense has really come together.
Yeah, they're staying right in that form. They haven't done a whole lot of blitzing. What they're doing is almost mirroring the backs, and the inside linebackers, as soon as that back comes to their side, they're flying out of there.
Coming up on 2 minutes. 2nd and 9, ball at the 16. Middle sends a receiver to the near side, Ehrenberg. Durso. Now they split wide. Versage. Durso sends a man in motion. He fakes the pitch, and then he hands it up the middle to Bland, it looks like, who gets up to around the 20-yard line, but he's not near a first down. And now they're in third down and long situation again.
Ryan Kerr's got an ankle there and held on for dear life, and it was good enough. It held him up long enough that someone else was able to come and get him.
So we'll see what Middle Township does. They call a second or their final timeout. Signal Graphics on Silt Road, Egg Harbor Township is your local commercial printer with personal service that you expect. Cut out the middleman, save time and money. Signal Graphics prints full color in-house. Signal state-of-the-art equipment and expert printing staff allows them to produce an excellent product for a very low cost. For fast turnaround, great prices, call the Gunnels, Riley K. or Chris, 609-569-9990. That's Signal Graphics. And the Storage Inn is a family-owned business started more than 3 decades ago. They're at 2527 Fire Road, Egg Harbor Township. The Storage Inn has over 40 different sizes to meet all your storage needs, both personal and commercial. The Storage Inn is open 7 days a week with 24-hour, 7-day service. Security as well. 609-646-6400 for Storage Inn, located in Ocean City, or visit storageinn.net. Their managers are on site to assist you. The Storage Inn, EHT, Ocean City. 12-0's our score on 97.3 ESPN. With 1:38 to go, it's third down and 6. Durso takes a shotgun, spins, and it is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Ehrenberg. He had it, but he got walloped.
Ryan Gennard. You know, that was good timing, too. I think he catches that ball if Gennard doesn't hit him right away.
5'11", 175. Gennard, as you said, just laid the smackdown on him there. And it's fourth down, so Middle's going to have to punt.
Were you a little surprised at them calling a timeout and stopping the clock in that situation?
A little bit, yeah, because now you're given a chance for Absegami to get the ball back with some decent time and some decent field position. They've got a man, it looks like Hood, standing by himself at midfield. It's a end-over-end punt. It bounces at the 45, and it bounces past Hood. Now Hood picks it up, and it's on the ground. James Smith covered, but Hood fell on it at the 30-yard line. So that ball bounced at the 45 all the way back to the Absegami 30. Boy, Middle caught a break.
Absolutely. And Hood was very nonchalant about that, and he almost turned that ball over.
He wasn't aware that James Smith was hustling as much as he was. First and 10. Ball at their own 30 now. You putting the ball in the air here?
No, I'm running the clock out.
They don't appear to be doing so with 4 wides. Dolan fires down the field, incomplete out of the outstretched arms. David Hood, the intended receiver. McNeil defended on the play. Second and 10, ball at the 30.
They have confidence in that passing game because they tried the long pass before. Me, I'm putting the ball in the hands of their running backs. They really have a great running attack.
Second and 10, and they send 4 wide receivers, double slot formation. Dolan steps up, fires, and it is complete on the far side of the field.
No, I don't think so.
He dropped it. All right, he dropped it. It looked like he had it. In and out of it, hit off the chest as he was going low for the ball.
Absegami doesn't seem too worried about giving the ball back.
Ryan Gennard, right. Gennard, the intended receiver. Third and 10, ball at the 30. 1:11 left to play in the half. Dolan back to throw. He steps up. He fires. He is incomplete over the outstretched arms. Intended for Maurice Hubbard, the slot man. And we got a fourth down now. So they just ran 3 straight plays and didn't even cut 30 seconds off the clock.
And it gives, you never know in this ball game. Hey, this could be a return from this punt taken all the way back, and you really have a ball game just because they weren't conservative enough in that drive.
So Henschey's on to punt. McNeil is back deep along with Cooper. And it's a high end-over-end punt taken by Cooper. Cooper bounces to the outside, breaks a tackle, crosses midfield, and he's down at about the 45-yard line.
Boy, and he looked like he may break it a little bit there. I'll bet you there were some Absegami coaches a little nervous on that play. This is the best field position Middle Township's had since that opening drive.
1st and 10 at the 45. This is a chance for them to score. They're down 12-0. They're inside enemy territory on the Gami 45. Sends a man in motion. Durso fakes a pitch. Now he throws it back the other side to Versage. Versage now coming right back to the middle of the field, and he is tackled across the 40-yard line. Picks up about 8.
It looked for a moment it was going to be the old double pass where they threw it out to him because he really took his time looking back inside. I speak of Versace. This could be the last play.
Second and 3, as it looks like Middle's content. No, they run it for McNeil. McNeil with a burst. Breaks to the 15-yard line with 14 seconds. They have no timeouts left, but they're going to get the stoppage.
No, I guess they had one more. Maybe that wasn't.
Oh, the scoreboard indicated that they only had one when they took that last one.
Oh, well, maybe that wasn't theirs because I was wondering why Middle would have called that. That may have been Absegami in hopes of getting the ball back.
So Middle gets a huge run, about a 30-yard gain. They're now inside the 15-yard line. They have 14 seconds left with no timeouts.
Well, let's see if Frank Rigatano can come up with something special here because.
And went over the middle, wide open as Middle Township is on the board with 10 seconds left to play here in the first half.
Think he
The old
wishes,
tight end pop pass.
think he wishes he'd have sat on the ball now.
Absegami, big mistake. Big mistake. Costly there.
Absolutely.
Durso to Versage, 14-yard touchdown, and Middle has a chance to cut this to a 5-point game. The kick is up, and it's good. With 10 seconds left to play in the first half. Absegami 12 and Middle Township 7. Short True Value Hardware, Summers Point hopes that you will continue. It is picked up. They hand it off to Hood, who now has a full boat of steam. Hood crosses midfield. He's got one man to beat. It's Fowler, the kicker. Can he get him? And Hood is out of bounds. Oh my gosh, he's out at about the 3. Oh, and the time expires in the first half as he was caught just short of the goal line. And it looks like Zaire Bland got him in a foot race down the sidelines. Woo! And that's how we're going to go to halftime.
And that was a foot race. When he broke through that first line, he was off to the races. And it was only because. We'll be going to halftime right now. We'll take it back to the station.
I don't know, but shit amazes me every day.
How long was that touchdown pass with 10 seconds to go? You were there, 14 yards.
The player that's on there is the KB County Sports player. No, the one from last week, yes, but we switched it to the Cape May player for Saturday's game. So that game is a different player than the one.
No, I know that exactly.
Welcome in. It's the South Jersey football coverage right here on 97.3 ESPN FM. I'm Tyler Donahue bringing you your halftime coverage live from Memorial Field and Middle Township. Currently, the Panthers strike late with 10 seconds to go. It's quarterback Joey Durso hitting James Versage from 14 yards out. And the Panthers cut into the lead 12-7. Absegami currently in front at halftime. A nice interconference matchup here in the Cape Atlantic League. And Absegami nearly scores at the end of the half as the dangerous David Hood. You know what he can do out of the backfield. He's an equally competitive and dangerous threat out of the return game. We saw him return a touchdown last season. Nearly does it again here to cap off the first half of action, but he is stopped at the 3-yard line as time expires. He had to get touchdown or nothing on that one because Absegami was not going to run another offensive play in the half as they clock it at triple zeros. And it was a major hustle play by Zaire Bland, a freshman that everyone likes to talk about here in Middle Township for what he could potentially become here as a running back and defensive back. And he really made a name for himself right there, the freshman did, as he tracked down one of the Cape Atlantic League's top offensive weapons and certainly an outstanding return man in David Hood, who is headed to Temple University to play college football next year. That brings us into halftime. I'm Tyler Donahue. We'll get you back to second half action. About 13 minutes on the clock here until the teams return and resume this Cape Atlantic League affair. Again, 12-7 is the score. We got highlights to run through from the game. We'll get into that right now. In the first quarter, set the stage here for you. Dennis Scuderi, the current head coach of the Absegami Braves, coming back to his old stomping grounds. This is the first game he has coached at Memorial Field since he was wearing the orange and black. He left this program in 2006 after that season. Was with them for 2005 and 2006 seasons here in Cape May Courthouse. Then he accepted a job in the recruiting department at Rutgers University, returns back to South Jersey to take over the Absegami program a couple years later. That's where he's been ever since. And these two teams met last year up in Galloway. It was a victory for Absegami, but I talked to Coach Scuderi before the game.
He's leaving. Never know with him, man. He might have a joint somewhere in his car. Kicked it out of bounds. What? Oh. Yep. $35-6 AC. Good thing we didn't do that game. Welcome back. It's high school football, the second half here at Middle Township. Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer as we get ready for a very good one here, Coach. It's 12-7 as we enter the second half here at Middle Township and Absegami. Middle has the football. They've got it 1st and 10 as Absegami just kicked it out of bounds. And James Smith carries and gets up to around first down yardage as Middle gets a late touchdown pass. Now they use that momentum to start the second half here.
Absolutely, and just think, what if Hood had returned that and gone the distance and scored on that touchdown? That would have really taken the steam away from Middle Township. But they come out here in the second half with as good a run as they've had the whole first half.
That run he's referring to is a kickoff with 10 seconds left. Then he got tackled at the 2-yard line as time expired. 2nd and 1, ball at their own 44. Durso in a shotgun. He hands to McNeil, who sweeps to the far side, gets a first down, and gets his legs taken out from under him, and he falls to around the 50-yard line. But it's a Middle Township first down, and they're in enemy territory.
And Ryan Gennard just got a shoelace on that to trip him up, or else he had a big game.
1st and 10. They're going to mark it short of the 50. Ball at the 49 now. 12-7, Absegami leads Middle. This would be a big win for the Panther program.
Absolutely.
They lost last week to St. Augustine, and Absegami lost to St. Joe. So both teams are kind of looking to get revenge after losing to some of the private schools. On first down, Durso hands off to McNeil, who picks up great yardage. He gets about 6 on the carry, or 7. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Little trap play up the middle. Nice blocking at the line of scrimmage, and the rest was all McNeil, power driving ahead.
2nd and 3. We apologize for the intermittent coughs. It's that time of the season, you know.
For sure. It'll only get worse. You'll lose your voice.
It looks like Middle Township's going to call a timeout. Now, that's a tough timeout to take so early here in the third quarter. With 10 minutes and 3 seconds left to play, 12 in the third quarter, 12-7, Absegami leads. Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes you'll continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service, expert advice. At Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturdays until 6, and Sundays from 8 to 4. Help's just around the corner at Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road, Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464 or visit them online at shorehardware.com. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. Wildwood with a victory tonight over Riverside, 20-16 on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. Thanks to Brian Kniff for that score down there at the Gazettes in Cape May County. Durso on a pitch to the near side. McNeil breaks a tackle, then he's brought down after a first down, and the Panthers are on the move.
You know, that was supposed to be an option play, but it ended up, just as you pointed out, Mike, just a pitch play to him, and McNeil just turned it upfield and got that first down.
Really nice play there by Durso. The perfect time on the pitch. 1st and 10, ball at the 32. Middle taking their time. Durso in a shotgun. Wide receiver split to the near side. And it looks like Absegami jumped. Will Sands, the defensive end, jumped on the play, and Middle's going to get 5 more.
Things going Middle Township's way.
So it'll be 1st and 5 now. A lot of times on these 1st and shorts, is this the time you like to go to the air here?
But especially, Absegami called timeout. I saw Frank Tigliano walking out, and I was saying, geez, he couldn't possibly be calling another timeout. Frank
Rigatano's got the bright oranges on tonight. They're pumped up here in Middle. They trail 12-7, but they're on the move. Boardwalk Honda invites you to check out their always up-to-date online inventory. Ideal for doing research from the comfort of your own home or office. When you found the Honda models you like, visit Boardwalk Honda's 68807 Tilt Road, Egg Harbor Township, and take a test drive. The service you'll receive is a cut above, and Brian Brumel's sales staff is professional yet highly approachable. You'll quickly understand why Boardwalk Honda has such an expansive base of loyal customers. Boardwalk Honda, call toll-free at 877-472-6499. First and 5 at the 27. Middle with the football. They hand it to McNeil up the middle, and McNeil falls forward. He's short of the 20, so he's just short of a first down.
That's awful close. No, they're going to give it to him. But, boy, again, nice hole on the line of scrimmage. McNeil wasn't touched until he was downfield.
Tackle on the play by Brandon Williams, whose name's been called a couple of times. So they did give him the first down. So it's 1st down and 10. Gami on their heels defensively. Here comes Middle. They hand it off to McNeil. McNeil off right tackle. McNeil still carrying defenders with them. Kristen Henschey, the middle linebacker, makes the stop. And it looks like they are going to be about 2nd down and about 3. A pickup of about 7 on the play.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a coach's dream when you have that 2nd and short. Gives you so many different options.
And that's what the situation is here. 2nd and short, ball on the 15-yard line. Middle on the move. They trail by 5. 8:39 to play here on 97.3 ESPN. Sends a man in motion. They hand it to Bland, and he is whipped down to the ground by Zaire. Zaire Bland, the ball carrier, is whipped down to the ground there.
By Ryan Kurtz. He blitzed from this linebacker position and really got him before he had a chance to get any steam. Big play here. Well, of course, it's 4-down territory for Middle Township.
Yeah, 3rd down and 3. Although if they kick the field goal here, it'd be 12-10. That would put them within another field goal. Shotgun formation as usual. They fake it to McNeil. They hand it to James Smith off the right side, and he's going to be short of the 1st down, it looks like.
Boy, I'll tell you, that's another one of those short by about the length of the football.
We'll see. It's going to be 4th and 1. Got some scores coming in on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. We'll get you those in just a minute. But what is Middle going to do? It's 4th down and 1. This could be almost the ball game for them.
If I'm Absegami, I'm looking for number 26 to get the ball.
I know there's a lot of time here, but this is almost demoralizing if you don't get it on this drive. 4th and 1. Ball on the 13. Durso hands to McNeil. He fumbled the football. It was intercepted. He popped it right out of his hand and into a brave defender's hand. So he fumbled it right into the air, and it's a turnover.
What a shame for Middle Township. He had a hole, and it almost looked like it hit his knee, as Mike pointed out. It flew into the air, and the Absegami player just caught it out of the air and took it ahead. So a turnover on a fumble, and boy, Mike, you're right. That has to be not necessarily deflating their whole bubble, but boy, it sure is demoralizing.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Pleasantville is up 14-7 at the half.
Oh, so they didn't win that game.
Well,
Wildwood was the one that won, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming Wildwood started that game at 6, and that's why they're a little bit ahead of us here. Got to give a shout out to our engineer, Tom McNally, as well. Texting back and forth with him here. He's making things happen, but people not listening out there wouldn't really know, but he's helping us out as always. That guy's a wizard. He's the man. In that Pleasantville game, by the way, Holy Spirit senior DeAndre Dennis has 4 carries for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns. By the way, Bridgeton leads Cedar Creek 26-7 at halftime. How about Bridgeton? They could be a player in the national conference.
I think they're going to be. They always have some good athletes. They don't necessarily have much depth, but they have some very, very good athletes. Boy, Hood on another great effort as he spun and twisted and turned and gained that 1st down.
1st and 10 for Absegami at the 34 off a big run by Hood. A blitz coming. They beat the blitz, and Dolan takes it himself right up the middle. He ran right past. The blitzer came up the middle, and Dolan sidestepped him and went right to his spot and picked up a couple yards, 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 at the 39.
Almost looked like the blitzer didn't expect him to keep the ball.
He doesn't run much, Dolan. He's got 3 wide receivers. Hands to Hood. Hood off right tackle, cuts it back, and he loses his footing short of a 1st down. So this is a big 3rd down play here for Absegami.
Yeah, Absegami wants to get that momentum back after Middle Township got the ball after the ball was kicked out of bounds on the 35-yard line and marched all the way down the field.
3rd and 3. Dolan has Hood lined up behind him. He gives to Hood. Hood gets a 1st down, but not by much. He got about 4 yards on the carry. It'll be 1st and 10 for Gami.
Hood got some great blocking on that as there was a penetrator, but he was taken out by one of the linemen, and Hood was able to dance for the 1st down.
1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line. 5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. You can watch the live video streaming of this game on 97.3 ESPN.com, thanks to Matt Ulmer from Ulmer's Appliance Service. And if you were watching that play, you would see a play blown up by Middle Township as a nice play by Brandon Tosher, the linebacker.
Yeah, a little stretch play there where they tried to get him, that Hood I speak of, in motion and giving him the ball and hoping that he can outrun people. Middle Township had 4 guys there who diagnosed the play.
2nd and 10, ball at the 47. Low snap, Dolan gets it. It's complete, and up around the 45-yard line, diving out of bounds after a decent pickup on the play is Ryan Gennard. So Dolan to Gennard. We've
Great.
got a final, by the way, as the Prep has defeated Lower Cape May 53-6 on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. 3rd and 2, ball at the 45. 2 wides. Dolan hands to Hood. Hood gets a first down, but not by much. Making the stop is Versage.
And Versage saved a big play. Hood had an opening, and Versage came from his linebacker spot across the line to make that tackle, or Hood was going to the house.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Hamilton 34 and Oakcrest nothing. Shotgun formation. Dolan. Hands to Hood, right up the middle. Hood, little shake and bake, bounce to the outside, breaks a tackle, and he gets to the 25-yard line. As spinning him down was Josh Keith Paynes.
And actually, he made a good play on it. It looked like he was faked out, but he came back to make the tackle, or Hood was taking it all the way.
Hood is 6'1", 190, and Josh Keith Paynes is 5'8", 145. So a 40-pound difference there. But he stood in there and took him. Middle Township's going to take a timeout with 3:57 left in the third quarter here. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced. Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer here at Memorial Field in Cape May Courthouse.
Empty backfield.
3 wide receivers. Sends a man in motion, Hood. They fake to the motion man, and Dolan keeps it himself as he leaps forward, and he's brought down by big 66, Luis Rodriguez.
They keep running Hood in motion. That time, instead of handing it off to Hood, he keeps it himself and had a big hole up the middle for a nice 5-yard gain.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, we got Bridgeton 18-0 over Cedar Creek. They fake to Hood. Now they give to Hood, who stops, puts on the brakes, then cuts it up the field. But it looks like there's a hold on the play as flags come flying in the backfield as Luis Rodriguez was virtually tackled to the ground.
That'll do it. You know, that was another nice play by Hood. He reads his blocks so well. It's understandable why Temple loves him, and he'll make a great college back.
The 10-yard penalty is going to walk this thing back. So we're going to have 2nd down and 15 for Gami. Man, Gami seems like every time they get moving, something happens.
That is true.
They did get a fumble. It looked like Middle was going in.
Middle had the ball all the way down to the 15-yard line, and actually that's where Absegami has started this drive, so they really have held on to this ball.
Done a really good job killing some clock here. They're down to 3 minutes left in the third. Tyler Donahue has scores and more right after us in the postgame show. He's taking you up till 10 o'clock. Dolan to throw. Plenty of time. Over the middle, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted as Eric Ehrenberg hit the deck. Otherwise, he might have caught that ball.
Boy, I'll tell you, he threw into a crowd again. A very dangerous pass, and I think should have been intercepted.
Couple turnovers in this game, and we're at 12-7 with 2:52 left to play in the third. Dolan in a shotgun, 3 wide receivers. Got a man in the slot. Back to throw. Now he throws back the other way. It is complete. Sidesteps, breaks out of a tackle, still going, and into the end zone for a Braves touchdown is Kristen Hedgie. 27 yards.
I was looking for that yard marker, the 27-yard line, and actually a great block by one of their linemen, Duke Becker, who came back and really killed one of the defensive backs.
So Henchey caught it, but he made a tackler miss and then broke out of a tackle. So that was a lot of individual effort there by Henchey, who's a pretty big kid, rumbling down the field, 6'2", 220 pounds.
Yeah, he's kind of tough to bring down by someone that's about 140 pounds.
Sure is, and that makes it now 18-7, and it looks like Absegami is going to go for 2. They've missed a pair of extra points tonight. Dolan with an empty backfield, and there's a whistle.
Yeah, again, a lot of movement. Tough to pick out which one they're going to say moved because there were about 5 people.
By the way, in that Wildwood game tonight, Jose Valentin 10 carries, 174 yards, and 3 touchdowns for the Warriors.
Not a bad night. You know, they seem to come up with a good back, too. Remember Hill last year?
Yep. They throw a pass back on the other side. It's complete as the 2-point conversion is good. And there's a flag that comes flying in. Mike Dolan, the quarterback, actually caught as they threw it back across the field. Hood to Dolan.
I'm anxious to see what this pass is because I saw 76.
Looks
It's going
like
to be
pass
holding. Is it on? Oh, it's going to be holding against
Looks like
or
pass
illegal
interference.
Yeah, illegal block in the back. 76. I don't know who they called it on. The big 76, who is Nick Lyon, came back and threw a great block on the play.
So now they're going to try at the 15-yard line. This is for 2. See what they dial up here. That was a pass back to the quarterback. Now they've got Dolan with 4 wide receivers, double slot formation. Dolan, the throw over the middle, and it is complete for the 2-point conversion. A nice pitch and catch there to Tyler Welsh, and it's 20-7. Absegami leads Middle Township.
They almost like they ran curls by 5 different people, and excuse me, I'm sorry, and they just stood up and picked out whomever was open. Really a nice job by the quarterback.
So with 2:38 left to play in the third quarter, Absegami 20, Middle Township 7. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Check out their online inventory.
It's where it belongs. It belongs in Atlantic City. And boy, did they have a big crowd for that parade.
Oh, yeah. Well, it still draws. Still the talk of the town. 20-7, Absegami pulling away a little bit. Middle had a chance. They had 4th down and 1 and fumbled inside the 15-yard line. It's a short kick taken by Alex Ternick. And Ternick is pushed back at the 35-yard line.
You know, you could look at that and say it could very easily have been a tie ball game because he actually had that first down when he fumbled the ball, and Absegami took advantage of it, though, and took it from the 15-yard line all the way down and took it in.
1st and 10 at the 35 is where they're going to start for Middle Township. 2:30 left to play in the third quarter. If Middle can get some points here, they got to feel good entering that fourth quarter, but to end the third period here, down 2 scores, could be tough. Durso in shotgun. Durso spins and he hands off to McNeil. McNeil breaks off left tackle, short gain on the play, pickup of about 3. It'll be 2nd down.
You know, we're really seeing 2 very, very good running backs in McNeil and Hood. Both teams use them very well, and Versace has come up big for Middle Township, too.
Don't forget, coming up, post-game show, Tyler Donahue back at the 97.3 ESPN studios. He breaks down from here, puts a cape on, heads back to Northfield. Durso in a shotgun, 1 receiver to the far side, sends a man in motion. Now he hands to McNeil on the near side, cuts up the field, and gets to about the 40-yard line, but he only gets about 2 yards on the play, and it will be 3rd down.
Ryan Kurtz making another nice tackle.
That was actually Tyrell Hebron, the ball carrier. They send Ehrenberg to the near side, and the officials timeout. 3rd down and 4 is going to be the down and distance ball at their own 41. Excuse me.
Yeah, now what happens is if you, in high school ball, you have to have your helmet strapped up. You cannot have, and he had some difficulty, so now they had to actually substitute for him.
And that was coming off Brandon Talsher. Came to the sideline. He didn't have his helmet on. And entering for him is James Smith. So Smith in the slot on the near side. They hand to Hebron, and looked like he lost the football, and he did, and Absegami has it, and they have a fumble. Hebron, it was a bad handoff exchange there and a turnover again for Middle Township.
Yeah, it just was. He never had the ball, and I think it was Henchy who virtually took it right away from him. And then Henchy's tough to bring down. He had about 3 guys on his back and still had made about 5 yards on the turnover. So once again, this could be the cruncher as Absegami takes over in great field position on about the 33-yard line.
1:04 left to play in the third. Ball at the 33-yard line. Dolan hands to Hood. Hood spins out of a tackle. Then he's hit and goes down, and McNeil gets him.
Yeah, that was an opportunity to have a bigger loss, but Hood, with his determination, was able to get it at least almost up to the line of scrimmage.
Going to be 2nd and an 11. Ball at the 35. 40 seconds left. You know, Absegami had a minute and a half left in the second quarter. They ran 3 passes, gave the ball back. Maybe they'll just let this third quarter run out with the lead, but they're not. Dolan throws, fires, and it is incomplete as they throw it into the slot there, intended for Henchy, who's a big target at 6'2", 220 pounds.
And he hooked up between between the halfback and the linebacker, and you really have to have a strong arm to get it in between, and it just didn't quite make it.
27 seconds left here in the third quarter. 20-7 is our score. Gami leads Middle Township. Dolan looking down at his wristband with trips to the near side. Sends a man in motion. They fake it to him. Now they're going to set up that screen again. Vinny Nelson with the catch, and he's going to be short of the first down. Little screen set up nicely, and the middle defense holds. It's going to be 4th down here, but it's going to be 4th and short enough where you would assume they're going to go for it here.
You can't punt in this situation, and I don't know how good a field goal kicker they have, but even if they had a pretty good one, this would be a long one.
And that's the end of the third quarter with the score. Absegami 20, Middle Township 7. This is high school football on 97.3 ESPN. The Boardwalk Honda game of the week. Looks like Middle move. James Pearson might have been the man who moved there.
Boy, what a way to give up that first down.
Actually, it looked like Luis Rodriguez was the man who moved, as he is just upset with himself, besides himself. First down, Dolan takes it up the middle. Sidesteps the tackle, hits to the outside, and down he goes. Decent pickup on the play on first down. It'll be 2nd down and about 8. Clock continues to 2nd and 5, excuse me. Pickup of 5 on the play. Clock continues to run as Absegami now taking their time in the fourth quarter here. Ball in the 17. They have a chance to go in again. A score here would put them up by 20. Hood sidesteps, close to a first down, and it's going to be 3rd down.
He generally always has that forward lead, and in this particular case, it was enough to give him that first down.
So he does get the first down. Boy, the glare on this window here made it look like he was at least 3 yards short. Although in the glare, I can see your head, so that's helping me.
That's about 3 yards short.
Dolan to Hood. Hood is tackled immediately there. Nice play by the middle defense. Elvin Davila making a stop there for Middle Township.
Looks like about the 6 or 7 yard line.
2nd down and 6, ball at the 7. So they can still get a first down here. If they get it inside the 1. Dolan hands to Hood. Hood off right tackle, breaks the tackle into the touchdown, into the end zone for a Braves touchdown, and the Braves now taking control as they leave it 26-7. He broke out of a tackle from Davila, and David Hood's having a night.
Yes, absolutely, and that was just a strong run by David Hood as he kind of a power play off the right side, broke tackle after tackle until he finally was in, and actually in standing up.
With 10:32 left to play, Hood has scored his 3rd touchdown of the night. Kick is up. And it is no good. So with 10:32 left to play in the ball game, Absegami 26, Middle Township 7. This is high school football on the Boardwalk. Scored quick and often here. They're down 3 scores. They've had their chances. The score is not really indicative of how Middle has had some opportunities here.
Turnovers can kill anyone, and on the high school level, because they don't have the big plays like they do in some other.
Short kick. Middle misses it. The up back missed it, and then it rolls into the hands of Cooper, and down he went quickly. The up man was McNeil, it looked like, and McNeil just
it looked like it went
whiffed.
like a whiff. It really was. But a heads-up play by the guy behind him who was alert enough to get it and take it upfield. The ball is on the 31-yard line, so not all that bad field position.
10:24 to play here in the half.
But as Mike pointed out, you can't sit on the ball now.
Well, if you're Middle, you might have to start putting the ball in the air, too. And they have not done very well in the air. I don't remember more than one completed pass, really.
No, in fact, a couple times they threw into coverage, too.
Durso looks like an option. He's going to pitch it, and he pitches to Hebron. Hebron makes a couple men miss, and he gets some decent yardage, picks up about 6 on the play. So
Boy,
Hebron we didn't see him in the first half at all.
Showing a lot of strength on that play. It didn't look like it was going anywheres, and he broke a few tackles to get it up to about maybe a 5 or 6 yard gain.
Second and 4, ball at the 37. 9:49 to play in the game, and that one nowhere to go for, it looked like Bland, the ball carrier, and he goes backwards, and it's going to be 3rd down now, Coach.
Yeah, he just didn't have any chance at all. When he got the ball, there was about 3 or 4 white shirts right around him. It's a big play for them. They got to get some positive yardage here to even try it on 4th down.
This will be 3rd and 6, a loss of 2 on the play. Durso in a shotgun. McNeil to his left.
He was having a tough time finding a play on his wristband.
Receiver to the near side, Ehrenberg. And they fake a pitch to him, to McNeil. They give it to Bland. And Bland is close to a 1st down. I think he's short, although I've been wrong a couple times tonight. I think he's around the 40, and I think they need it to 41.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be 4th and 1.
I think they'll go for it, too. In fact, I'd be surprised if they didn't go for it.
Jim Schaefer and Mike Gill live here at Memorial Field, home of the Panthers, where Middle has the ball, 4th and 1, the ball on their own 40. Last time they had the ball 4th and 1, they were on the 14-yard line and fumbled it. Let's see what they do here. Can they keep the game alive?
Oh,
and
geez,
Middle
once
just
again.
moved. You heard it last night, everybody but the center, and that's basically what it looked like here.
Yeah, they made the mistake offensively, or at least when they were on defense and Absegami was on offense by going off sides. Now the illegal motion. But wait a minute, there's a penalty against Absegami too.
So if we have offsetting penalties, the ball would stay where it was, but it looks like it's going to be.
Well, they marched the one off one way and then the other way because it was I don't know whether you consider that flagrant, but or unsportsmanlike.
All right, so you had offsides and then a personal foul on Gami. So the personal foul trumps the offsides penalty, and that's going to give Middle the ball at the midfield stripe now. Ball at the 50, 1st and 10. 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Can Middle get 3 scores in 8 minutes?
We'll see, won't we? Let's see if they do a little bit now. That they need to start thinking about speeding it up a little bit too.
Durso hands to McNeil. McNeil can't get anywhere to go, and he gets tackled about 2 yards deep in the backfield. Now, they work out of a no-huddle, but it's a slow no-huddle.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. That was Anderson, who just reached out and caught his foot to make that tackle. But you would think they would get in position and then look to the sidelines. They were walking all over the place before they even line up. They might as well huddle up.
Mm-hmm. They got guys moving from, it looks like a light. Looks like they're lining up on the far side now with a slot man and another wide. So they've changed the size of the field. This clock, they're really just taking their time out there. Durso fires. It's intercepted. Absegami jumping right in there is Tyler Welsh, and he didn't see him at all.
No, he could not have seen him because he threw that ball, Durso I speak of, threw that ball right to him. It was a perfect pass, but it was to the opposition.
Yeah, I'm watching it on the video at 97.3ESPN.com. And, yeah, he didn't see that guy. He had a man open. Unfortunately, there was a defender standing a couple of yards in front of him. Our live video streaming thanks to Matt Ulmer from Ulmer's Appliance Service at 97.3ESPN.com. You can watch live video of all of our action each and every week at 97.3ESPN.com. Dolan keeps it, tackled from the backside. Nice play defensively there. Middle Township looks like they're going to fall to 0-2, but they fought hard in this game. Still 6:52 left. I mean, some things would have to go their way for them to get back in this game, but they are certainly not a team that is a give me win anymore. As Dolan throws, he throws short. It skips in front of the receiver on the far side of the field.
Well, I have to give Absegami credit for mixing them up, because in situations where you think they're definitely going to run out the clock, they throw the ball.
6:35, the clock is stopped. Would you have thrown a pass there?
No, I mean, they're doing a great job running the ball. They're up already by 26-7. Maybe they're working on things.
Dolan throwing, looking, rolling to the near side. What a nice throw, and it's in and out of the hands, off the chest. That's one I would assume.
I thought it was Henchy, but it doesn't look as big. No, it's not.
Bucky Amen would like to have grabbed.
Yeah, I think he should have had that, but he did a good job of coming back to the quarterback, and that's what helped him to get open.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Hamilton 41, Oakcrest nothing. St. Joe's on a 2-point conversion, so Holy Spirit leads 25-20 now with 11:53 left. So we got some scores and games. Tyler's going to have that. He's going to have a full post-game show coming up right after this. Dolan firing, long down the sideline, way overthrown. Threw it to a wide open area, but nobody was in that area.
Boy, I'll tell you, he was open too. What happened was DeWitta, is that how you pronounce it, was right with him and then just left him go, and he broke wide open, but the pass, as you mentioned, way overthrown, not even close. So the ball will go over to Middle Township, and they'll have another opportunity.
We got Williamstown tying the game 14-14 with Shawnee. So Williamstown, number one team in South Jersey, tied up, locked up with Fort Shawnee. We're going to be at Williamstown this year. We'll be doing a game Williamstown and Eastern. We'll see Flacco's brother in action. You will hear that game on 97.3 ESPN. Franco Raffici, by the way, with a 29-yard touchdown on the first play of the fourth quarter for Holy Spirit there. That made that game 25-20. Here, it's 26-7, and Middle has the ball back, and it looks like Bland taking it to the near side, brought down after a gain of about 2.
I guess I'm old school. I would have thought that Absegami would be running the ball and Middle Township would be passing the ball, but just the opposite is happening.
Pleasantville's up 21-7, by the way, in their game over Vineland on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. That would snap Pleasantville's 33-game losing streak. Durso keeps it, rolls, looking, still rolling, fires, and throws it into the ground.
Good patience by Durso.
And a late flag on the play, it looks like.
Yeah, somebody said something. That's always the case in that situation.
That's what it sounded like. A parent here said, that's a late hit. And the official said, you know what? I think you're right.
Are you surprised to hear Pleasantville having such the hard times, 33 straight losses?
Well, they too have had problems with numbers. And, you know, when you're playing in the Cape Atlantic League, with probably the exception being St. Joe's, the small schools have a tough time. St. Joe's sure is the exception to the rule. You know, I guess I'm just thinking about numbers, and I guess maybe Oakcrest but most of the schools are losing numbers.
I think Tom Williams, who produces our game, says that every school in the Cape Atlantic League except for St. Augustine dropped in enrollment. That tells you what's going on in the area we live in.
Yeah.
They're so complete in the flat, but doesn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage on 3rd and 22. At this stage, at 5:27, Middle's got a punt.
Yeah, that's tough, especially throwing short in that situation. As you pointed out, not only didn't he get the first down, he's 10 yards short of where the first original line of scrimmage was. Absegami will once again get great field position.
Yeah. 4.5 minutes left to play. High snap, but no rush. High, end over end. Hits around the 50. Bounces back to the 45. Rolls to the 40. And Middle will touch up right there. Hey, there's a full line of brand new cars available for rent at Just for Wheels on the White Horse Pike in Absecon, Rio Grande Avenue in Wildwood, Route 50, Mays Landing, Perry Egan, 16th and 6th in Ocean City. They have all the conversion vans, trucks, minivans, 15-passenger vans you need. Be smart, rent it Just for Wheels. Serving South Jersey for more than 25 years. Absecon, Wildwood, Mays Landing, Ocean City, Berlin, Lakewood, Brooklyn, New York. They're open from 8:30 a.m. until 7 p.m. daily. They're at Just for Wheels. And, of course, it wouldn't be a high school football game unless it was brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team every week.
Yeah, they have been very supportive of high school football for a long time.
And you know what? Their read is the shortest. Hood bursts through for a first down.
Yeah, this is kind of the offense I would have expected them to run. Just Hood left, Hood right. Use a little Hubbard substituting and staying on the ground. Middle Township calling timeout, and I'm sure Frank's going to go out and say to his guys, hey, listen, we know we're not in the best shape right now, but we don't want to give up. We want to give our best shot all the way.
And we also got to thank the Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week people. They're producing the game is produced by Prime Events. We got to check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. Brian Brumell and the people at Boardwalk Honda are new this year on board, and we got to thank them for being a part of the Cape Atlantic League football season here on 97.3. And we've expanded our coverage this year over to 1450. We've got 2 games every week.
Unbelievable.
You think we're making
Honda has
you're like John Madden making millions as an analyst over there, aren't you?
Honda ought to be very proud. I did buy a Honda Pilot from them, so
There you go.
they made big bucks off of us. Only because they sponsor.
Hey, I'll tell you, if you're listening to the game and you wonder, all these people who sponsor us, they're not advertisers, they're sponsors.
Right.
They're here supporting these athletes and these kids so that you and I can make the big bucks on these games. And Ulmer's the one making all the money off these games.
He has all the money coming in.
Right. I mean, you have a little problem with the washer.
Absolutely.
You call Ulmer's Appliance Service and say, hey, man, that video, you're making some big bucks off that video.
Our listening audience can't see the big smile on his face.
Or the video. Oh, boy. Under 4 minutes to play. Now, are you surprised these teams that do shotgun don't, at this stage of the game, get under center, get a little change in the offense, and run the ball a little bit more?
Well, if that's your system, it's tough to change your system. All the plays are run off of that. Guys are going in motion to both sides. Could you do it from underneath center? Sure you could, but I think it's just a rhythm that they get in and what they're used to. It's just like the Philadelphia Eagles. Kelly thought that he took his foot off the pedal in that first game because they changed their system.
Under 3 minutes. That was Nelson on the carry. He picked up 8. 3rd and 2. Ball at the 38-yard line. And I think the officials have a timeout.
Looks like one of the players got a
McNeil
cramp.
has a cramp.
Yeah.
Frank Rigatano. I wouldn't even say they're orange. It's like a peach pant that he's wearing tonight.
You've been keeping an eye on them, so I know you would know.
Well, did you see, I think it was last year, the piece they did on the coach down at Tennessee, I think it was, on ESPN, that he got the pants stitched and made at a special spot down there. That coach has been fired since. But this is very resembling of the Tennessee pant, although this is, I would say, a peach pant and a peach tie he's got with a black shirt.
You can't miss them.
I think the next time we're at Middle, Coach, you should roll in with that outfit on.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that getup would.
My wife wouldn't let me out of the house.
Boy. On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Cherry Hill West 13, Cumberland 6 at the end of the third quarter.
And we're under 3 minutes here at Middle Township.
Yeah, Tyler Donahue will have the scores from all over the place. We're coming up at 9 o'clock here on a Friday night. Dolan, hands off, and a gain of first down yardage across the 35-yard line. So Absegami, they're going to roll on and win this game. They're going to be 1-1.
And into the backfield is Shantz running that ball the last time. And you could tell his coach said, look, you go in there, but don't fumble the ball. He had the arms wrapped around it so that no one could get a hold of it. And Absegami taking its time as the clock clicks down under 2:25.
Dolan in a shotgun. And he hands off tackle. Nice play by Bland, as it looks like Absegami has a new ball carrier, Maurice Hubbard, into the ball game, his first carry of the night.
One of the reasons you can tell that uniform is all clean.
Yep. That's why I said I must have a new guy, because his uniform's spotless. Maurice Hubbard is a senior. Mike Dolan, though, is still in at quarterback with 1:40 to play. Let me ask you this question. You're up by 19 here as Hubbard takes the handoff, breaks to the outside, gets a block, rolls to a first down. Now he's got more into the corner, makes another move, and he's pushed out of bounds just short of the pylon. There's something that these coaches have in their DNA that even with a 19-point lead and a minute left, they just don't feel safe enough taking that starting quarterback out. Why is that?
Well, a lot depends on what you have behind them. You don't want to take too big a chance and bring in, somebody that has absolutely no experience at all. And actually, Dolan, I can remember 2 years ago when Kinlaw didn't start a game. He started back when he was a sophomore, so he has played a lot of football for Absegami.
1st and 6. Or 1st and goal, I should say, at the 6 as Hubbard goes off guard. And he is short of the goal line with a minute to play here in the football game.
Now, we've been calling Hood's name, but you can just tell by the way Hubbard runs that ball. He's got some talent, too.
Second and goal.
Looks like about the 2.
And Dolan is just putting his hands on his hips. And either somebody moved or somebody called timeout. Absegami, right, called timeout.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to run the clock down as far as they could and then called timeout.
You'll like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Heiss Insurance Agency. They're their coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years experience, flood, boat, auto, life, health. They offer it all at the Heiss Agency with convenient locations located at 700 West Avenue, Ocean City, 7809 Atlantic Avenue, Margate. In the Egg Harbor Township, Providence Professional Park, in the ShopRite Shopping Center in Marmora, and South Main Road, Vineland. You also find them online at HeissAgency.com. Remember, Thomas H. and Heiss when you need insurance. And how about Skelly's High Point Pub? They're open 24 hours a day, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday until 3 a.m. the rest of the week. Skelly's is at Shore Road and the White Horse Pike in Absecon. The best food and drink is available to you every day, and they deliver. The High Point has dinners from 4 to 10 every day, daily lunch and specials, and all your favorites. From pizza and wings, cheesesteak, surf and turf. 7 TVs at Skelly's, all hooked up to the satellite for the best sports coverage. Skelly's High Point Pub, 5 New Road, Absecon. Call 641-3172.
Looks like that timeout was just to tell him to kneel down. You mentioned, can he go under center? Well, he did on that one, just to kneel down and let the clock run out.
And with 35 seconds left in the football game, that kneel was the last kneel right there that they needed to take. So, Coach, this final score,
26.
Absegami 26, Middle Township 7 on this week 2 here in the Cape Atlantic League. And we'll get your final thoughts on a game that, Middle Township, not usually one of the more highly regarded teams in the Cape Atlantic League, but certainly held their own here tonight. And remember, they are a Group 2 school, which means they stepped up 3 levels of competition here against Absegami, who's a Group 5 school.
Yeah, that's a good point, the fact that Middle Township is stepping up. You mentioned earlier that would have been a big win for Middle Township, and it would have been. But let's not forget about Absegami. They played a nice ball game. They obviously have a great running attack. They had a little problem with their passing attack, but I'm sure that was one of the reasons why the coach was putting the ball up in this ball game, because it's something they have to work on.
Check out our